Warning: the following video production has moments that include bad audio. Many of the clips included in this video involve scenes where the audio of the background is the same as my voice or even louder. Do not recreate this practice at home. To avoid future instances of bad audio practices, it is suggested that you should get me a new mic. My birthday is coming up, just saying.
Yo! Welcome to History with Zag, a channel where one could come to explore the grand stories of events, places, and people of the past. I'm your host, Zag, and as always, appreciate you watching. My apologies for being away from the YouTube scene for a while. I have been entranced by the popular video game Minecraft, and I have not eaten, slept, or used the bathroom in days. Despite my laziness in uploading, I have been given a golden opportunity to produce a quality amount of content, as I am taking a trip to 4 different locations in Central America. Our first location is the luxurious Bahamas. Second is the U.S. Virgin Islands. Third is the U.S. Commonwealth of Puerto Rico. And finally, the one I am most excited for is the Dominican Republic. I already know you're gonna ask, Zag, did you use your freestyle that you perfected back in the 5th grade to swim to each of these different locations? Well, I am able to do that, of course, and it's not a bad idea. I'm actually taking a trip on the Norwegian cruise line, and I specifically say this so that they sponsor this video and give me some more money to gamble in their casino. Anyways, let's hop right into the video, and let's see what the Caribbean, or as Disney says, the Caribbean, is like. Hello from the Bahamas. It is absolutely lovely here, and I'm so thankful to be able to take a break from my regular day-to-day life to be able to see a new part of the world. Before I put on my coconut bra and drink my pina colada, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what it's like here. The Bahamas is technically an archipelago, as it holds nearly 700 islands and is located on the northwestern edge of the East Indies. These islands are known for being about perfect temperatures all year round, nice forests, and a unique animal life. Besides the unique animal of a rather large American tourist with a plumber's crack, a smuggled-in PBR, and a kid on one of those weird leash things, the next most interesting animal is the flamingo, the Bahamas national bird. The Bahamas, similar to Puerto Rico, in which we will cover a little later, is a commonwealth of another country, in this case, England. They govern the Bahamas by a constitutional monarchy, and while they're still an independent country, they have to abide to the rulings given by British monarch Queen Elizabeth II. Economically, they of course rely on tourism, but some of these smaller towns and villages outside of Nassau, they rely on a lot of fishing and agriculture. Now there's only a little bit of the island that's actually arable for crops, so they mainly get US imports for food, but they do grow a lot of fruit. So we get our bananas, mangoes, grapefruits, tomatoes, and much more, all from this place. Alright guys, so I have to be a little honest with you. We're in the Bahamas, but this is just an island bought out by the Norwegian cruise line. So I really don't know much about the Bahamas based on what I've read. What I have read is that they eat spiny lobster, rice and peas, they eat fried chicken, and mac and cheese. So honestly, you can't really tell that much about it here. You know, you got margaritas and you got cigars and you got like the vacation part of it, the tourism part of it, but the culture itself and the people, they have an emphasis on family and storytelling, and they just seem like a nice people. I wish we were able to see that today, but sadly we are just in the American tourist section of it. But if you're able to go to some of the other parts of the Bahamas, I would totally recommend you doing it. Bailee. Next up on our Caribbean exhibition is St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Now I know your first question is, Zag, this is cool and all, but why are these islands given one of the worst names possible? Are their inhabitants celibate? Well, good question, engaged viewer, but they actually get their title or name from Christopher Columbus. When he was sailing the ocean blue over here in 1493, he looked at these islands and wanted to reference them to Ursula's beauty and her 11,000 virgin followers. If you ask me, I would have called them the Ursuline or Ursula Islands, but hey, to each his own. Did you know virgins are Jewish? Well, actually, the St. Thomas Virgin Islands have a grand history of Judaism. Back in the early to mid 17th century, we see the Dutch East India Company bring over Denmark Jewish people over here, and then on top of that, we see Jewish people flee from Spain during the Spanish Inquisition to seek religious autonomy. Some evidence of this we see in Charlotte Amalie, pretty close to St. Thomas, and it has the second oldest synagogue in the world. A huge part of St. Thomas's history is relying on taffets, aka the House of Beer. In this natural coastal area, many taverns began to spring up, and many seafaring individuals would frequent the place pretty often. Now, who were these seafaring individuals? Mainly pirates. And under the governance of the Esmond brothers, pirates came here and found the ideal pirate location. Sadly, St. Thomas isn't as cool as it used to be, as it's not a pirate destination, but now they specialize in making watches and rum. So if you're ever interested in getting a rolly and a dab of rum, then the U.S. St. Thomas might be your next vacation spot.
They've invited me along on their travels to discover the historical significance of St. Thomas, and so far we found out that the two-door Accord does exist still.
Yeah,
Yep.
It is quite
well
prominent,
put.
by the way.
Yeah.
there's
Tell us
a
a fun
couple-
fact, Zag.
There's a lot of buildings on this hill right here, and they have nice roofs.
It's nice.
Oh, yeah, see, look, you can look out.
It's like an old Spanish fort, maybe?
And there was some nice drinking and
Oh, look at
driving.
that, nice front door, green, so you know it's the front door.
Yeah.
There they are. On to the next stop, right, Zag?
Right. We're here at St. Thomas bus stop number 1.
For all of our guests booked on Norwegian Cruise Line Shore Excursion, we will now receive some updates and all our tour final status. Please.
Warning, the video you are about to see has violent winds that greatly reduce the audio quality. Enjoy.
We've now made it to our third pit stop, and I have to admit, I'm going slightly crazy because I can't play any Fortnite or watch Family Guy funniest moments on YouTube. But what a better place, no better place to lose my mind than Puerto Rico. When we look way back in Puerto Rican history, we see that the Taino people were among the first inhabitants of the island. They were big in astronomy, meteorology, and agriculture, and implemented it in their daily life. Now, these guys were so impactful that we see other cultures surrounding Puerto Rico be influenced by them as well, such as the Mayans, the customs, their food, and their religious practices, and the culture of Puerto Rico. In your history books, and when you read about Christopher Columbus, it's either really good or really bad. And in this case, it seems to be really bad. In 1493, Christopher Columbus found Puerto Rico and gave it to the Spanish. And the Spanish took those Taino people that we talked about earlier and used them for forced labor. So this is around the 15th and 16th centuries, and this is where we start to see some Spanish occupation and occupation. What did I say?
Occupation and occupation.
Over time, the people of Puerto Rico began to get political, social, and economic autonomy from Spain and started to rise up. And around the same time, the U.S. started to fight the Spanish in the Spanish-American War. And once America won, Spain ceded the territory of Puerto Rico over to the Americas, and the people of Puerto Rico were free from oppressive rule. We still see U.S. federal laws taking place here, but they have their own governor where they make their own laws to the land. So technically they're a commonwealth, but they still are also an independent country. Alright guys, so we just pulled out of the port. We got Puerto Rico behind me, and I thought it would be a good idea to just get a summary of the whole place. To do this, let's refer to the Zag Scale of Coolness, okay? So first off, we got a 5 out of 5 for scenery. It is absolutely beautiful, and the vibrant colors, and it's just awesome. I love it. Then it gets a 2 out of 5 for Snowball Fights. Would not recommend. The only snowballs you're gonna get are illegal in most countries. Then we're gonna do a 0 out of 5 for gaming. The ping here is terrible. I can't play any Fortnite, and I would not recommend. Just go back home, okay? You're not gonna do that here. And then last off, you're gonna get a 3/5 for representation, and that's just solely because they're a Commonwealth of the United States, so they're not really their own country, but they kind of are, and so they're in that middle, so we'll give them a 3/5. So overall, the Zag Scale of Coolness rates Puerto Rico a 2.5 out of 5. They can do a little better, they can do a little worse.
I was saying, what if they have machine guns, and that was how it worked back in the day?
History with me and Zach.
Young lady, Mark, here, they filmed it there.
They filmed Despacito right here?
Yes, sir.
Huh.
Despacito.
We have finally made it to the location I've been looking forward to the most. And due to various obligations, I have to say that I am not looking forward to this location because of the cigars. Not in any way, shape, or form. I'd be a fool to want to come here in the cigar center of the world and want to have one. That just makes no sense, right? I would not enjoy myself if I had a cigar here. But this is the Dominican Republic, and we are going to have a great time. The Dominican Republic, or the DR, is super old and super historical. It is the oldest colonial settlement in the Americas, as Christopher Columbus came here first. And on top of that, we have the first Catholic cathedral, first hospital, and first city capital of the Americas, all in this country. After going to the 3 other locations on our trip and having a ball, I wanted to figure out what truly set the Dominican Republic apart from the rest. Now, if you know anything about me, I am a man of the truth. I don't care about anything else but the truth. So, to find the truth as to why the Dominican Republic is the most visited place in the Caribbean, I got my friend, camera woman, and significant other, Bailee Wilson, who is part-time psychologist, to analyze a tourist, to get inside the mind of the tourist and figure out why are they coming here.
All right, thank you, Joshua, for joining me today to cover such an important concept for the people back at home. These days, all you see on television is bad news, and with your help, I believe we can not only get to the truth, but maybe we can uplift people in the process. Well, let's ease you into this. How do you like the Dominican Republic?
I love it. The beaches were fantastic. The babes had massive boobs as well. I was all up for it.
Excellent. Now, what do you absolutely despise about it?
The roads were terrible, very bumpy. I almost threw up my mama Juana on the ride to the beach. It was very bad.
And what do you hate about this country down to the very core of your being?
It would have to be the economy. I mean, everything costs money. It's not free, which was very aggravating because I'm pro-communist.
Interesting. And the term Puerto Baño. What do you think when I say that?
I have a strong sense to urinate whenever I hear that phrase.
Excellent, excellent. Now, how's the family?
Fantastic. The fiance is doing great. The baby's doing phenomenal.
All right, I won't keep you here for long, but I need to ask. The Dominican Republic is known to be the most visited place in the Caribbean. Why do you think that is?
The cigars. Cigars are phenomenal.
Wrong, but okay, I think that wraps it up. Thank you for your time. Excellent to have you here.
Thank you.
I got the golden ticket. I'd like to let you know that our Central Park was built in 1742. Here is the chocolate one is the wet part. La Aurora is the first Dominican cigar factory. We started in 1903. Right? But I would like to let you know, familia, the chicken fight is legally only in our cockfighting arena.
Well, folks, that about does it. I hope you all at home got to learn a little bit about what these places is like. I think it adds a little bit of layer to going to these different places, besides going to the bars or restaurants you like, but actually learning about what went into creating the beautiful places that we were able to see. If you made it to the end, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this entry of History with Zag, and if you did, then I have a couple of more already in the works, so please stay tuned. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them down below. And if you want me to have better audio, donate some money. I need a new mic. But besides the point, I wanted to wrap this all up and give you guys a compilation of all the different people I saw on this cruise ship with Minions apparel. I hope you enjoy.
Alright, so I had a compilation planned and I didn't see anyone on the whole cruise ship wearing Minions gear. So I was going to say that, we're not going to do it, but right as we were getting off the ship, we found this hunk of a man wearing the best book bag I have ever seen. So, behold the one Minions gear we saw on the trip.
Grapefruit, guava, mango, tomato, banana.
Okay. Some people claim to be true descendants of the Taino pizza.